We'll see what they say. Where you live at?
Pennsylvania.
What brings you out here?
Cheating girlfriend.
What?
Mm-hmm.
On you?
Yep, and she's pregnant by me, and we've been together for 4 years, and I was gonna propose to her at work this Sunday.
Oh, shit. Is that when all this happened?
Yep. Not gonna lie about it. Just lashed out, but what do you expect?
So you just found out she was cheating?
Oh yes, I snatched her phone at work. I bought her a teddy bear and stuff like that. Snatched her phone, like joking and stuff like that.
Oh, so you were going to propose, and right then you found out she was cheating?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I went up there, I seen her phone. I swiped to the left, and iPhones, you got 11 too. You swipe left on it, it tells you like the recent person you've been texting or the recent apps that you've been on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen baby, and I'm like, that's not my name in your phone. My name in your phone is she called me her thug, like, but I'm not a thug. She called me her thug and stuff like that because I don't play about my girl. I didn't play about her. But I'm like, so I click it. Some dude named Guan popped up. I'm like, are you serious right now? I asked her, and then she just walked away, and I threw her phone. I threw it across Walmart.
Oh, jeez.
And the people, it was looking at it like, what's going on? And I had the ring in my back pocket. I gave it to my mans though. I was like, here, take this to my mom and stuff like that. Before they had indicted me and stuff like that. Well,
arrested you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, here, take this ring and stuff like that. I keep my phone and my wallet and stuff like that. He's like, all right, bro. He was like, I'm sorry, this went like stuff like that. And yeah, so like continue on. When I seen that, I threw her phone. I said, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Then she was just looking at me, walking away. So I had some juice. I was drinking some juice. And the juice threw the juice in her face. I'm like, are you serious? And then I pushed her. And I just left. No, and then I dropped my phone and I had to come back and come get it, and then that's when I got it.
Oh. Well, that sucks that you have so much invested and shit happens like that.
I was paying the ring off, literally. The money that I have like in my bank right now is to pay off the ring, which I really like. Well, now that I did have that day.
Can you return it now?
I'm not returning it. I'm gonna just keep this for the next girl. I bought 2 rings. I bought an engagement ring and I bought a marriage ring. I paid them off.
I would say don't mention that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention it.
All right. Just stand right here.
Morning.
Good morning.
Al Hinman, the magistrate. Today's the date and time set for an arraignment for a Jordan Deshaun Johnny Young. Your full name for the record.
Yes, sir.
Say it.
Yes, that's my full name, Jordan Deshaun Johnny Young.
Okay. The officer that's present doing the arraignment, you're signing on the complaint?
Yes, sir.
Or is it already done?
The detective did what he did, and I was just told you're ready.
Okay. All right. Mr. Young, I have a case today. Today it's just allegations. I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm just putting you on judicial notice of the charges formally brought against you. You assigned your advice of rights form, correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand those rights, correct?
Yes, sir.
This is a misdemeanor complaint with an alleged offense dated December 27th this year, 10,582 Belleville Road, also known as Walmart. The complainant victim is a Taryn Gatewood. Count 1 charges you with 1 count of domestic violence. It alleges that you did assault or make an assault and battery upon a Taryn Gatewood, an individual to whom you had a dating relationship. That's in violation of 750.81(2). It's a misdemeanor that if you're found guilty, you could be sentenced up to 93 days in jail and fined up to $500. Because you don't have an attorney present today, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule this matter for a pretrial with the state prosecutor. And that's going to be on January 28th of 2021 at 10:20 a.m. by Zoom. Officer, again, it's the 28th of January of 2021 at 10:20 a.m. Zoom courtroom with Judge Oakley.
Okay.
Case number is 20-1715.
Two 201715.
Yep, 201715.
Okay.
Mr. Young, where do you live?
Ypsilanti, Michigan.
For the officer, where does the complainant victim live? Do you know?
I do not. Where's she living?
Belleville.
He's
All right,
saying
listen. Okay, listen close, Mr. Young. No contact with the complainant victim at Tarrant Gatewood. Am I clear?
Yeah.
No third-party contact. You can't send a message to a family member or friend. No cell phone, text messaging, or any social media contact.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Young?
College basketball player.
Your bond's $2,000, 10% with those conditions. That wraps up Mr. Young. Nothing else
Thank
on your end, correct, Van Buren?
nothing else.
All right, you have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Okay. So, 2010%, $200. $200, you can get out
Today?
right now. You need to make a call?
Yeah.
Dial 1 and the area code. So, just $200 cash, okay? Seven, yep.
Keep fucking up.
You're not calling her, are you?
No, call my mom.
Okay. Because he just said no contact with her. I just want to make sure you don't call her.
Got you.
I'd hate to have to call him back and say you violated already.
Yeah. Pick up.
Let's see, leave her a voicemail if it's there.
Maybe I'll try to call my mom. Hello? Call her again. Can I keep going?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a couple here.
Why is she not picking up? I don't even know why. Is it possible that I can call my brother? I don't know his number by heart. He can stand in front of me if I can use my phone.
Yeah, we might be able to do that.
Mom, can you come bail me out? Can you come bail me out? Yes. Can you wake up? This is important. It's $200.
Cash.
$200 cash. Because of they said I have what was the charges again? One assault, the assault domestic violence. Yeah. Because I pushed her.
Okay, I'll let the clerk know. Judge Oakley's.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give it to you right now. Tell me when you're ready. Yes, the Zoom number for Judge Oakley is 491-975-6074. That's courtroom number 2. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Sam, how are you?
I'm good. Just wanted to let you know that the Romulus case, they have to reboot their computer, and they should be with us briefly. I also called our friends at Huron Sumter, and they sent somebody out on an alarm call. They need about 20 minutes before they could zoom into us.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I've been playing the game with Huron and Sumter for too long, and I think if you remember this weekend,
I do.
I'm probably not going to do their arraignment
I'll leave that to your
because
discretion.
there's staff in Huron Township Police that can do that arraignment.
I'm just letting you know what they just told
Right.
me, and I had a feeling
And-
that you were going to react this way.
Yeah, Maria, you can if you tell me Huron Township doesn't have a police officer in the building, they'll get a pass. But if they have a police officer in the building that conduct that arraignment, they can do that arraignment tomorrow. I'm done playing the game with Huron and Sumter. And I'm going to call their police chief when I wrap this up. Hey, Sam,
Yes, sir.
Jerry Lyons is back.
See, I have it as Jeffrey Lyons. Maybe, is it Jerry, my client, the same guy?
Yeah, it's the one that we talked about in Huron Estates with his dad. He wasn't
Okay.
supposed to go back there.
I was hoping it was a different person.
Yeah, Jerry Christopher Randolph. You and I think we did him on a weekend, right?
No, we did him last time I was doing this at MIDC. I think it was last week.
It's a new domestic violence, yesterday's date.
I'm surprised. Is it also, do you have a bond violation in front of you too?
Yeah, well, I grabbed that file. I'm going to address it because I think you did them very well, and I adhered to your advice, and it came back to get us. But luckily, it came back to get us here and not on Channel 7.
Yes. That's a dysfunctional family. That's a father and son that seem not to get along at all.
Right. You know, I can see that it's wintertime and it's a house thing and it's a who's there thing, but
Good
all
morning.
right, listen, there's Romulus.
Sorry, we had a little computer issues here.
That's all right. Sam, have you spoke with Joshua?
I have not. I'm just going to need a breakout room, Judge, briefly.
Yeah. All right, Marie is going to handle that. I'm going to pop out. I'll be back, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Sam.
How are you?
Good. Hey, I don't know what they put on the bond rec, but I'll just give you a heads up. I don't have a problem with the personal bond. So I
Thank
will
you.
let the judge know or the magistrate know when we pop back up too.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yep. Put stuff up around right here. Yep.
Mr. Robinson, I'm Attorney Sam Ridgedal, and I'm here to get you a ring today. Mr. Robinson, you are being charged in a felony complaint alleged to have occurred on December 26th, one count of carrying a concealed weapon. That's a 5-year felony. Just because I tell you 5 years doesn't mean you'll do 5 years. It just means that's the maximum possible penalty for that charge. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You're going to be given 2 court dates today, probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. Both those court dates are going to take place in Romulus. The prosecutor has to prove that there's probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you committed the crime. Now, if they're able to do that, or give me 1 second, sir. I just realized we are not in the breakout room. Give me 1 second. Madam Clerk, I don't know if you're there. Could you please put us in a breakout room?
Inviting you to join breakout room.
Lieutenant, we're ready to go. Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Ready to go? Mr. Joshua John Robinson. I have two cases before the court. Lieutenant, this case is all set to go, correct? It's been signed.
Correct, Your Honor.
Sam, go ahead.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Reginald, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Robinson. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Robinson understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalties. I've gone over his rights. He does understand those. Respectfully, at this time, we'd request court-appointed counsel for all further proceedings.
Mr. Robinson, I'm hearing a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule this matter for what's called a probable cause hearing on the 6th of January of 2021. That's going to be at 9:10 a.m. Zoom courtroom number 3.
What was the date again, Your Honor?
The 6th.
It's going to be January 6, 2021, 9:10 a.m. Zoom courtroom number 3, also known as Judge Green's courtroom. Case number 20-1717. Mr. Robinson, how long have you been incarcerated?
3 days now, Judge.
You've been in the Romulus jail for 3 days?
Correct.
Sam, he has an additional case of open intoxicants in a vehicle from 2018.
I have gone over that with him, Your Honor. He also understands his rights regarding to that case, Judge.
3 days in that Romulus jail is good enough for credit for time served and close this case out if you want to do that.
Yes, Judge, he would like to do that. Mr. Robinson, you understand, Judge is telling you that he's willing to close out your open intox case from 2018 and give you 3 days credit for time served if you plead guilty to having an open intox. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Is it true that back on March 28th, 2018, you had an open alcohol in the vehicle that you were in, sir?
It was actually just a cup. It was
A cup of alcohol in your car? Is that true, sir?
That was actually water. They thought it was liquor. I would take the case though. I just wanted to be gone. I wanted to be.
Well, I don't want to force anything upon you, and you have an attorney, so.
Yeah, you don't. If it was water, you don't have to plead guilty. But if you could admit that it was alcohol or some type of alcohol, then the case will be closed out and it will give you time served. But again, neither one of us are trying to force you to plead guilty if you don't believe you're guilty, sir.
I'm just gonna say I'm guilty. I want this case gone.
So you understand that so on March 28th, 2018, there was open alcohol in the car that you were in, sir?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Judge, that this court's satisfied.
I'm going to close the case out, 3 days jail, credit time served. No
Thank you,
sense in
Judge.
dragging that out. I'm lost my train of thought on the other one. Your other case, I'm going to release you on a $5,000 personal bond on that court date.
Thank you, Judge.
That wraps up Mr. Robinson. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sumter is going to, or somebody's going to do the Sumter arraignment, Sam, very shortly. All right.
Hold on.
Thanks.
And we are, good morning here. Here's Mr. Lyons.
Thank you. I just want to ask the clerk to put us in the breakout room.
You guys ready to talk or?
Yeah, we're ready to talk. We just got, yep.
All right.
We gotta
Yep, let me
press
step
the
out.
join button and we're ready to
I pulled up her ROA.
Okay. All right. Morning.
Morning, Judge. We're just waiting on them to get out the breakout room. I don't know why they're still in there. There we go.
There you go. Jerry Christopher, morning. Jerry Christopher Lyons, this is an arraignment and a readdress of bond on a previous case. This is a domestic violence case with the date, alleged offense date of December 28th. You again have an attorney present today. He's going to put his appearance on the record.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Rigidala, P62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. Lyons. For purposes of today's arraignment, Your Honor, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Lyons understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalties, Judge.
Mr. Lyons, I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. My clerk's not going to be able to hear me, but amazingly, I wrote on that case. Oh, that's a jury trial. That other case is a jury trial, correct, Sam?
Correct, Judge.
Oh, that's why I didn't write on there. I'm going to schedule this for a pretrial on January 28th, 2021, 10:30 a.m. And that's going to be in Judge Oakley's courtroom. We're to the bond portion of this, and Mr. Lyons, this is a domestic violence with the same complainant, same location. And what I today is you have the same attorney that argued for you last time. So let's get into the bond portion of this.
Your Honor,
Any comments on bond?
Yes, Judge. I've talked to Mr. Lyons regarding this. And he explains to me that after he left and we issued the last bond, he was told not to return to 22029 Paulette, the home that he shares in name with his father. He says that he was in the same park. He denies any kind of domestic violence. He says he was in the park at a friend's house, at a friend's trailer in the same park. And when he was arrested, he was told that he was being arrested for being in the park and violating an injunctive order. His entire understanding, and my understanding, to be fair, was that he could not return to that location, not the entire park. And he's just, he denies the allegations of domestic violence. He says he was nowhere near 22029. He was arrested from a friend's house in the same park. And he had never visited that location on Paulette.
Well, then let me jump back to the officer. Officer, you're signing on this complaint, correct?
Yeah, this happened on the prior night shift. I came on. I was signing on just because for the arraignment purposes. I'm not familiar, but I believe that it believes that there was a possible and alleged assault that took place at 2209 Paulette and was submitted to the prosecutor's office, which they then approved it. I don't have the report in front of me, though, Your Honor.
Okay, because this has a big deal if that's the case. If he was just in the park, this all makes it a court case. Sam, do we agree? They're alleging one thing, he's alleging another. Absolutely,
Judge. I just for purposes of bond, I just wanted the court to know that he was not arrested at the location. He was arrested in the park. He denies the allegations of ever being at 22029, and he denies the allegations of domestic violence. And that does make it a court case, Judge. But for purposes of bond, it was made clear to him that he cannot return to the address. And he understands he has not returned to the address. He's returned to the park because he's lived at that park for many years and he has friends and other people's family there. But he stayed away from that location, the 22029, although he is on title to the of that home.
Well, Sterling Price is present, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe also the prior stipulations for bond was also no contact with Robert Lyons. To include,
I'm the one that created it, and I have a standard bond of.
Yes.
And his attorney and I had a long talk, but Sterling, you're saying you don't have nothing to do with this case. I hate to break it to you, but your name is laced through this whole case.
Let me, if you can give me a minute, I can go get the copy of the report and go over it real quick.
Yep.
All right, give me a minute. 2660. Can you bring your report 26602? That's me, the bus report. I gotta see exactly where you was at. Should be a bus report. All right. All right. Yep, it lies. That's place.
Judge, what time was that pre-trial, January 28th, at what time?
10:30 a.m.
Thank you. Judge Oakley, correct?
Yep.
So, Your Honor, looking at the report here on, it was Officer Castle and Bentendorf were on scene. The original information that dispatch provided officers on the call was that Mr. Lyons stated that Robert Lyons stated that Jerry Lyons broke into the residence, assaulted him, and stole his dog. That's what's alleged in the report. That's what's stated in the report here.
With an incident date of December 28th, 2020, correct?
That is correct at 12/28/20 at 3:15 a.m. at 22029 Paulette.
Okay.
Let me double check as far as where they actually.
The rest of
Let me see if they got that in here.
It's on that paper I just.
So it sounds like upon contact with Robert Lyons, he stated to officers that he was dropped off by a friend at the residence, walked into the house and discovered Jerry in there with another man, which would be 22029 Paulette.
All right. Well, I'm going to treat this way. This is like the never-ending domestic violence. Jerry Lyons, your bond on both cases is $5,000, 10%. You cannot return to, now officially, you cannot return to, be in, around, or near here on a state's manufactured home community.
Your
You
Honor.
cannot return to, go ahead.
So my apologies. It looks like, well, that's what Robert said earlier. He went into the home there on Paulette, but it looks like he was picked up, when officers made contact, he was at a house on Dupree, 27517 Dupree. That's where the officers made contact with Mr. Lyons at.
Okay. Well, that's still, the bond is all about the safety of the public. I went into extreme detail with Mr. Lyons' attorney and him both. Your bond's $5,000, 10%, no contact with the complainant victim, can't return to 22029 Paulette. You cannot be in the park if you're on a state's manufactured home community, and you can only be released on the Wayne County Tether program.
And that's going to be a 5,000, 10%. Oh, go ahead.
Case number 20-1716, 5,000, 10%, no contact with the Wayne County Tether program on that case. And it's $5,000, 10% on case number 2016.
So I'm just about to lose my over this shit.
I'm sorry, I'll repeat the last number.
5.
201.
20-1645.
Thank you.
That wraps up Mr. Lyons.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Dan,
Judge.
we're all set.
So you got 5,000, 10% on both of those, and you got to get a tether pertaining to the first one.
So it's $10,000 together, right?
Well, it'd be, well, it's like I said, 5,000, 10% would be 500. So it'd be 1,000 total for both. You want me to make a phone call? Yeah, that's fine. You call your mom? All right. What's the number? 1-313-424-0192. He was led here in the house before we got there. That's what the report. They picked up the correct. Or we were with that address at 79275 Arrows. You were at 220 before that? That's what ours was, the house. Try to get this number. 0192.
So when I'm about to lose my job, this man said I was at college. When the police arrested me, the police man, I was at college, and they picked me up at another address, and the judge, I'm gonna deal with this shit. Yeah.
So he had two separate cases. One of them was our bond.
Yeah, now I got two separate domestic violence. When I wasn't at the house, and I'm being charged for it. Because he didn't want to go out there and all this. I guess he told the police I was at the house with somebody. I saw it and left, and I don't know what's going on. All I know is I had no injunction or whatever. They said I couldn't be at the park. That's when I was arrested. I wake up with a whole new shirt. I need you to call the civil rights attorney because I'm not about to keep going to jail for this he said she said shit. Yeah. I'll tell you what I need to okay, I'm just stuck in here to the 28th. My other lawyer wants to use some stuff for my other case. I'm dealing with another case. I'm about to lose my job. This bullshit. Well, I'm going to Davidson, so I can't even do my unemployment stuff, so I can't. So I guess I'm just going to
500 apiece for $1.
she ain't.
You have to be tethered first.
I tried to call you. That's crazy. Somebody can say I assaulted him and I go to jail for it. said he was dizzy. He was drunk as fuck when he was calling me all fucking night.
I wasn't there, man.
Telling him stop contacting me.
Go in your pocket.